Hello, welcome to Manchester and the third of our programmes from the first ever World Pool Championship. Tonight it's finals night. Later on we've Wright of England and Nigel Davis of Wales. But first it's the ladies' final and two of the fairer sex who have no qualms at all about making it in a man's world. Let me introduce you, first of all, from Kettering, Linda Moffat. And all the way from Melbourne in Australia, 3 times Australian champion, Natalie Froling. Right, the ladies' final, 1993. Let's join our commentator, Jim White.
And thank you, Simon. Well, we're certainly in for a very entertaining final here with the ladies. And joining me in the commentary booth, as he has in previous matches, Keith Brewer. And Keith, I understand you know at least one of these ladies very well.
Yeah, that's right, Jim. I've actually known Linda since she was 14 years old. First saw her playing in a pool hall down in Kettering, and I said then that she'd be one of the better players. And here she is on the verge of a world title.
Well, as it is, it's the Australian Natalie Froling breaking off in frame 1. This is a best of 11 final for the Embassy World Ladies Pool Championship. And it's the 20-year-old Linda Moffat at the table. From what I've told, tremendous talent. And it doesn't take her long to display a little of it. Very good opening shot. Nice to get those under your belt and let the nerves settle a little bit.
Well, Jim, I was speaking with Linda earlier, and she did seem a little anxious about this match. It's the first time in front of the cameras. But she is probably one of the better potters.
And Natalie Froling made the long trek from Australia. She resides in Melbourne.
Foul. 2 visits.
It was just notable on the break when Natalie broke off. She didn't really hit the pack as hard as what most of the breaks we've been seeing. Just wondering if she's going to keep it a little bit tight. She use the tactics to her advantage. She knows Linda's probably a much better potter than she is.
Foul. 2 visits.
Well, both players taking turns at deliberately fouling, and as you so rightly mentioned, Keith, it looks like this is very early going to turn into a tactical battle. Natalie, 22 years of age, and as Simon mentioned earlier, she is the current Australian ladies champion and has won that title 3 times. Wow, that was a fine shot. Wasn't a lot of pocket there. I don't think there's going to be much doubt that we're going to be very impressed by what we're going to see here today.
Second visit.
And after that foul, she had the 1 miss in hand, so still at the table. Still quite a grouping of colors in the center of the table, so I really can't see anything too dramatic happening too soon in this frame. And Keith, I would have to assume that given your stature in this game, Linda would put you in very high regard, and I'm sure that you've no doubt played coach and mentor to her somewhat.
Yes, over the years I've been able to encourage her and show her some of the shots. I was talking with her before and just giving her some pointers because she doesn't often play on this 8x4 table. And she was a little bit anxious about it. She had a little practice before on the practice table, and she seems to be hitting the ball quite well.
Would the ladies put in as much practice, do you think, Keith, as the men do?
Oh, yes, certainly. Some of the top ladies, they actually travel the circuit and play in a number of tournaments, not just ladies' tournaments, but men's tournaments as well. And I know for a fact that Linda puts in quite a lot of practice.
And I was told earlier that Linda participates in a lot of the men's events as well.
Yes, that's right. And she actually plays in the UK Tour, which is our senior ranking event for the country. It's open to amateurs and professionals. And she is the only lady player, and she's ranked in the top 25. Can you believe that? At this point of the game, Natalie has complete control of the match. She has the two bottom pockets covered. There really isn't anything that Linda can do, and she has all the other reds at her mercy.
Well, there's obviously a full house out there for this ladies' final. Tremendous pressure, especially in the early stages. Both these girls are going to be trying to settle down. And a good long ball from Natalie there. And not to mention a tidy winner's check of 500 pounds to the eventual champion here. And the runner-up will receive half that amount, 250 pounds. But I have a feeling that the title is worth an awful lot more than the monetary gain. Being crowned ladies world champion is something that you can ride to the bank probably for a few more pounds.
And with the prize money in ladies' pool, not always as much as men's pool. It's quite an expensive sport to be involved in. I know that Linda's very conscious of the fact that if she wins this title, it could bring in sponsorship and other commitments for her that are going to help her in the future.
Right now, looks as though the Australian is taking full advantage here. A quick look to see if the black will pass to the bottom right-hand corner. One good positional shot from this red over the left-hand corner pocket. And it's not always that easy when the balls are that close into the pocket. And there she's overhit that. So it's a much more difficult black than she would have liked. And actually, Keith, it looks as though she may be bridging over the yellow as well, just to make things worse.
Yeah, she's left it very awkward there, Jim. She's well hit the shot too hard. Great shot.
Yeah, it's a tremendous long black there. So it's Natalie Froling from Australia starting things off here with a win and leading Linda Moffat of England 1-0. Well, that was a delightful positional shot there from Natalie. Only 22 years of age, but I can tell you that she's actually been playing this game for 15 years. And I had the chance to just have a chat with Natalie prior to this final, and I asked her how she got started. It was interesting. Her mother actually worked as a barmaid, so there was a pool table there, and it was a rough part of Melbourne, so she just stayed with her mom and probably stood on a box of some kind and learned to play the game. It certainly shows.
First visit. Second visit.
Well, that certainly changed the complexion of things here. She didn't want to use up that miss quite so soon. Now, does fortune favor the brave?
Well, the way she's been playing, Joe, I wouldn't be surprised if she just rolls this over the pocket.
End of visit.
Yes, I believe that Natalie probably made the right choice there. That would have been a low percentage pot, especially from where she had left the cue ball. And now, obviously, Linda's task very clear. She's got to try and make this black.
Well, a lot of players would have played a safety there, just not the black onto the rail. Let Natalie do the work, but not Linda. She's had a go at the double, went far away with it. It could have gone a little bit better, it could have gone a little bit worse. So let's see how Natalie deals with it.
And then down to the deciding black to determine who will take a one-frame lead in this best-of-11 final. Well, a missed attempt there, but apparently got away with it. Certainly hasn't left Linda anything easy. Possible long double, but whatever she does, if she does attempt this black, it's going to be very risky. Oh, and what a pot that is. Even applause from her opponent. Terrific shot from Linda Moffett. That takes her into a 2-1 lead now, still requiring 4 more for the world title. And as you go to the break, here's something for you to think about over a cup of tea. How many balls must hit a cushion for a break to be legal? And welcome back to the Holiday Inn, and there's your answer to the question. 4 balls have to hit a cushion off the break.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. 6th frame, Linda Moffett to break, leading 4 frames to 1.
Yes, Linda Moffett having taken the last 4 frames, establishing a very credible lead now. 4 frames to 1. Best of 11 final.
Foul.
Well, that's not the best start for her. A little unlucky to have gone in off, but she certainly spread those balls around the table.
2 visits.
Natalie Froling now finding herself with 2 visits, but an awful lot to do. She's got to try and get her arm back in gear, build up a little confidence. And She's obviously trailing by 3 frames, so she's got it all to do here.
Yellow ball's in play. First visit.
And Keith, the pattern of this final thus far, I think Natalie's negative approach, which in my mind has been very suspect,
Second visit.
seems to have gotten her into a little bit more trouble than she would have liked.
Yes, Jim, that's probably about the way. Again, 2 shots off the break. The yellows are very, very easy, and again elected to play a safety shot. Very, very surprising, some of the tactics she's taken here. Even playing the ball over the first pocket where the black is. The red passes it, the black passes it. She could have carried the 2 and easily cleared the table. So I'm sure Linda's not too disappointed with the way she's playing, because she's just going to give her chance after chance. I had a quick chat with her in the interval, and she's very happy with the way she's playing. She knows Natalie's the better tactician, and she's under no illusions that a 4-1 lead isn't a winning lead. And I should know after my matches, Jim.
Yes, I'm not even too sure that Linda doesn't feel that Natalie can really damage her right now as well. You know, she's had so many chances.
Okay, she's tried to kick the red out of the pocket there with a combination shot. It hasn't worked. The yellow's come away. It's not too bad over on the side here. But with the red over the pocket, Linda has control of the section. So she's just going to roll the yellow in.
Foul.
That's not a bad shot, actually. She's opened the pocket up. Natalie can't go for a finish. Linda won't be frightened to play shots like this now, because she knows Natalie won't go for a finish, even when she has 2 visits.
Foul. 2 visits.
Well, it's tit for tat at the moment. She's repaid the compliment. Natalie's played a yellow, knocked the red in. I'm not sure it's worked out quite that well. She's left a gap for the black to go in. And give her 2 visits. The red just behind the black might actually go off the rail and go in. Now, that's a great shot Linda's played.
Second visit.
All the reds are now potable, and I'm convinced that the red near the black will actually go behind and off the yellows into the pocket. And if it does, we could see Linda finish the game here.
Well, Linda certainly has taken her chances very well. Every opportunity she tries to make full use of. And she has made a couple spectacular shots to finish games on the last blacks. Very deserving of a 4-1 lead.
She's been a little bit unfortunate here. She's just going to knock the red above the yellow of the middle pocket. Screwed the white back. She's obviously going to play the double. It just looked like the red may have gone past the black, but maybe it doesn't.
End of visit.
Well, Keith, given the position of the balls on the table, would you rather be Natalie or Linda?
Well, the player in control is always favourite. At the moment, it's Natalie. She's on the yellows, and they lie very well. Yet again, we won't see her go for game, I'm pretty sure. She'll double the ball over and cover the pocket where the black is. Very good tactical shot.
It really must be said, in all fairness to Natalie, she's played a number of good tactical shots that have just seemed to work against her. I mean, the tactical part of her game is very strong, and it's bought her a lot of opportunities, but she hasn't taken most of them.
Foul. To visit.
Well, that's a great shot that Linda's just played. Putting the black over the pocket. I don't think we'll see Natalie roll that one in. However, she's going to have to try and move these two yellows out. Probably give Linda another chance because of where the three reds lie. I'm not going to call a shot here because Natalie's really amazed me with some of her shots so far.
30 seconds.
And there you heard the keeper.
Sorry, correction. First visit.
And the referee
Everybody's on.
obviously probably just dozed off a little bit for a second there, and no problems. Natalie Froling still at the table. She's on the yellows.
Well, as I suggested before, she'd have to kick both the yellows out, and that's exactly what she's done, and they finished absolutely perfect. Surely here we'll see her run the table.
Good pot on the yellow. She needed that one. And she's going to have to get around the table if she tries to play the second yellow into the same middle. Going to take a lot of force on this.
Foul.
Yes, and she's misjudged that very badly. I thought she was going to have to really power the ball to get it to slide more off the cushions. As it is, now she's in serious trouble. Already behind 4-1. She's given a foul and 2 visits away to Linda. And just look at how open those 3 reds are.
Has to be said there, Jim. Pretty careless shot, really. It wasn't too hard to bring the white back in and out. Around the table and up for the other yellow. She didn't really need to get perfect position. However, when she has gone for her pots, that's what she tries to do. She tries to roll everything and keep just nice and tidy. She's given Linda the 2 visits here. 3 easy reds on. And I'm pretty sure it's the end of this game.
Second visit.
Well, with the 2 visits, obviously there wasn't quite as much pressure on that, but she can't afford another miss. Myself, Keith, I think I might have elected the other red there had I been shooting, but Linda's not going to suffer from it. And almost certain for a 5-1 lead. That's exactly what she has, so it's English crowd very happy about the result there. Linda Moffat now just requiring 1 more frame to become the Embassy Ladies World Pool Champion. And Australia's Natalie Froling 5-1 behind, and she's going to need help from somewhere else. And there's the mascots on her table. Possibly they'll be able to bring her a little bit of luck. She does have tremendous support here. That's been mentioned, and she's certainly in a very unenviable position right now. 5
Open
frames
table.
remaining, and she needs every one of them. But all credit to Linda. Starting to look like a girl on a mission right now.
Red ball's in play.
That appeared to be very well thought out. Nice position onto another loose red. And obviously,
Foul. 2 visits.
well, she
Yellow
was
ball to play.
attempting to employ a tactical game. She intended to hit a cushion there. I know she didn't want to give 2 visits away. It was a bit careless on Linda's part there, Keith.
Yeah, she's picked out the plant, decided she's going to go reds. Covering the bottom pocket secures the bottom part of the table. She just meant to hit the rail, didn't actually do it. It's really no big deal giving the 2 away because she does actually have the tactical advantage here. I actually thought we was going to see Natalie roll the red in, but I think what we're going to see is the yellow onto the red, so she obtains the pocket in the same shot.
Foul. 2 visits.
Well, as I suggested, that's the way she seems to have been playing throughout the match. She's given Linda 2 visits to the table again, and to be honest, she's only got a couple of awkward reds. So she may have made a slight error yet again.
First visit.
Slightly astray with the position.
Second visit.
And that looked to be a very useful shot, Keith. Covered the pocket. Yellow won't pass into the right-hand center now.
Yeah, she's been a bit unfortunate in playing the shot. What she aimed to do was move the yellow out the way and leave all the reds potable. Unfortunately, she's left one of the reds covered up. If it had have actually come out the way, as you can see, she can get through to this one. She could have finished the game from there. However, electing just to put the ball near the pocket in such a way that Natalie can't pot it. She's in a good position here.
Well, Keith, 4-frame deficits have been known to be erased very quickly, as you can well attest to in your quarterfinal match against Tony Holgate. Just thought I'd bring that up and humble you somewhat.
Yeah, I had a feeling you would. Well, somebody said good shot, but I can assure you it isn't. She's actually just opened the red up and one good pot, and this game's all over.
Just the good pot that you mentioned, Keith. Well, obviously the winning post in sight now.
Yeah, she's probably just going into the middle. I can't tell if she can just get through. But then she'll leave the angle on the other one into the opposite middle.
Well, the Australian lives to fight again. Back against the wall. Trailing 5-1 in frames in this best of 11 final. She's made a number of errors. Each one has been punished, and one can only wonder how many more she can afford. And I feel that she has yet again made another error.
Yeah, Linda was very unfortunate not to pot the red the first time. As you can see, I don't know how it's staying up. But Natalie tried yet another defensive shot, trying to cover the red, but all she's succeeding in doing is pushing it over to the pocket. So I think we'll see Linda just roll these 3 balls in. The black goes into the centre.
30 seconds.
Good round of applause there for that shot, but I don't feel it was the right one. I think she'd have been better off just rolling the other one in the middle and taking the opposite one that she's just potted into the opposite middle. She's got to screw out off this shot and get good position. As you can see, there's 2 or 3 yellows in the way. And she's kissed a couple. It's hard to see. She might just be on it if she's lucky.
Yes, that was always the danger there. Difficult to negotiate a path for the white back to the center of the table. There you can see that red is in fact on. One good positional shot. Just this black needed now. Linda Moffat will lift this world crown for England. And a tremendous black, and it's Linda Moffat, the 20-year-old from Kettering, has just become the ladies' 1993 Embassy World Pool Champion. Tremendous effort from Linda, and finally cracks a bit of a smile. And the Australians showing their pleasure as well. It was a great final.
Congratulations. The World Pool Champion. How's that sound?
Fantastic. I've wanted it for ages. I've always wanted it. It's been my ambition for years to be the world champion.
You've been playing pool for how many years?
10 years.
A night like this would happen?
No, definitely not.
How did you feel at the start? Because it was a slow start, but you were composed, and then there was a bit of a fracas with the rules, but that didn't seem to upset you at all?
No, I thought just keep my cool and I should be okay. I was a bit nervous because Natalie beat me in the round robin earlier, but I'm really pleased with the way I've played.
What about as you edged towards that victory? Did the nerves attack you a bit more?
Did they? Oh, God. Oh, God. I'm just glad that black went down, so...
And a bit of a celebration tonight, I would imagine.
Yeah, I'll be getting drunk.
Well done. Well, now the moment she's been waiting for. Let's bring on the presentation party, which are the Trading Director for Imperial Tobacco Limited, Mike Huckman, and the Tournament Director here, George Harwood. And first of all, a cheque for £250 for the runner-up, Natalie Froling. And for the winner, a cheque for £500 and the Embassy World Championship trophy, Linda Moffett. Linda Moffett, the 1993 Ladies Pool Champion. The men's final right after this break.